What is going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about all of the games from Wednesday, January 1st. It's the last day of the month, so yeah, ending January strong with some pretty solid games tonight. There's, I think, about 5 games I'm going to be talking about, so let's get into them, starting with the Bulls and the Hornets game. Kobe White scored 35 points to help the Bulls hand the Hornets their 5th straight loss, losing by 7. Yeah, a huge scoring night from guys like Kobe White and Nikola Vucevic, and also Nikola Vucevic grabbing boards, just being the big man that Chicago needs. Yeah, the Bucks just lost. I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's good for my Celtics though, because we are now 5 games ahead of the Bucks in the standings. So, thank you Portland for ruining Dame's homecoming, eh? But yeah, obviously the Hornets have been super down bad ever since, them losing LaMelo. But Kobe White hitting tough shots. Brandon Miller had some pretty solid off. Brandon Miller is looking really promising for the Hornets. Miles Bridges playing good defense. Yeah, Kobe White's just nice. I feel like guys like him and Jalen Johnson should definitely be in contention for most improved. Yeah, Miles Bridges was just hitting shots, playing defense, doing a little bit of everything, but man, Vucevic, 22 points, 12 rebounds. You get 35 out of Kobe White while shooting 40% from 3. That's all they needed. Looking at the other side, obviously Brandon Miller put up 21. He shot 30% from 3. 30 and 15 from Miles Bridges while shooting 55%. He was killing. I'm not going to lie. That's one of the better games I've seen him have in his career. He played absolutely phenomenal. 26 off the bench from P.J. Washington as well. 33% from 3. It's a really interesting decision to bring him off the bench. But yeah, having McGowens as your starting point guard isn't great. Again, they need LaMelo. Let's be honest. This team needs LaMelo to even be competitive in games. If LaMelo came out here and even had a 15-point performance, they would have dubbed. So, yeah, shout out to the Bulls, though. They're trying to creep up the standings a little bit. Obviously, when playoffs roll around, we'll look more at the standings, but I guess it doesn't matter as much right now. Moving on next, we have the Pistons and the Cavs game. I'm not sure why this is a close game, and I never really talk about the Pistons, but here we are. The Pistons almost won this game, so we almost had 2 upsets tonight, but Donovan Mitchell scored 45 points. The Cavs hold off the Pistons by 7. Darius Garland is back. The Heat won. It's looking really good for the Cavs, man. They're starting to get a little bit more. They're going to be even better than they already have been. Evan Mobley came back recently. Now we get Darius Garland coming back. It's going to be awesome. Huge fourth quarter for Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, just a huge night in general. Darius Garland obviously had the broken jaw, but he came back, scored the ball decently well, kind of ease him back into things. Again, this is going to be a pretty dangerous team, I think, come to playoff time. Obviously this is the worst team in the NBA, so beating them isn't that impressive. What's more impressive is that they only won by 7 points, and they had to literally rally late into the game to beat the team. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell just getting to the rim. Just amazing offense from him. Obviously, Jared Allen was playing well at the rim. Danilo Gallinari was hitting shots. He's on the Pistons. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Isaac Okoro was playing pretty solid. The pieces kind of came together late in the game. The Pistons, you have Gallinari coming off the bench, putting up 20, making all of his threes, shooting 75%. But other than that, I don't know, man. This is just a really weird team. Marcus Sasser needs to get more playing time, and he needs to get more opportunities offensively, but I don't know. I don't know what else they could really fix, but they're just a bad team, and they have to accept that. They haven't been winning, but yeah, they've actually been playing pretty solid as a team. Great games from guys like Jared Allen putting up 14 and 11, shooting 70%, 45 for Donovan Mitchell, who shot about 55%. Yeah, great games for those two to really get it going. And again, once Darius Garland and Evan Mobley gets it being 100%, I think that's going to be a pretty scary team in the East. Moving on to Kings and the Heat. Shout out to the Heat. They actually break the losing streak. Jimmy Butler scores 31 points to help the Heat beat the Kings by 9. Yeah, 7-game losing streak for probably one of the top 5 teams in the East is quite striking. It's quite concerning. Obviously they do great in the playoffs this year, or every year, sorry. So it doesn't really matter too much what they do in the regular season, but I mean, you do got to remember they literally beat the number 1 seed Bucks last year. But huge scoring night for Jimmy Butler. He played really well. Yeah, great night for him. Domantas Sabonis was playing pretty tough out there, hitting some shots. Bam Adebayo was finishing at the rim. Caleb Martin was hitting shots. A lot of things came together. Jimmy Butler just being more aggressive. Obviously, he's a little quiet in the regular season regularly. Like, that's a normal thing for Jimmy Butler, and it's not really surprising. But, yeah. Domantas Sabonis, 19, 13, and 17. Made his only three. Shot 50%. He's one of the best power forwards in the NBA. He is absolutely incredible. No one talks about him enough. You had a 33-point performance from Keegan Murray, shooting 67% from three. A little bit of an off night from Harrison Barnes. It wasn't a terrible game, but he was definitely a little off. He was definitely missing a lot of shots. But shout out to the Heat. They definitely deserved this win. 31 for Jimmy Butler, shooting 67% from three. 16 and 11 for Bam Adebayo. 24 points. Shout out to my boy Josh Richardson off the bench. He put up 24 points. He shot 60% overall. He played amazing. So those three guys really put it together. And Josh Richardson may be trying to develop into some sort of sixth man. That's going to be solid going into the playoffs. Because obviously they have big gaps losing guys like Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. So maybe a guy like him can help them kind of with more depth. As we get into the Nuggets and Thunder game, I don't know how this was even a close game. There was no Jokic. Jokic is literally like a top 3 player in the NBA. I don't know how the hell it even comes to this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scores 34 points. The Thunder beat, obviously, a very injury-ridden Nuggets by 5. Yeah, huge night for Shai. Obviously, it's a huge night every night for him. He plays amazing. Obviously these are two teams that are near the Western Conference, up top in the Western Conference, and it really sucks that the Nuggets weren't able to have Jokic tonight. This is a super important game, but yeah. Chet Holmgren hit some super clutch shots. Shai Gilgeous was hitting some tough ones. Even Lou Dort was hitting from the perimeter, so that's really nice to see. Aaron Gordon is just too strong for a team like the Thunder, so they better hope they don't meet. If they go to the conference finals, they better hope that the Nuggets aren't on the other side of things, because that would be a problem. Vasilij Micic has actually been a really good role player for the Thunder recently, so shout out to him. Obviously, without Jokic, not much going. I mean, Aaron Gordon had 16 and 13. He shot 33% from three. But yeah, having Peyton Watson in there instead, it feels like a huge void. Peyton Watson isn't a great shooter. Yeah, again, a lot of holes are missing. There's a lot of holes in this organization when a guy like Jokic doesn't play. So yeah, Peyton Watson starting isn't great. Chet Holmgren, 18 and 13. He shot 75% from three. Actually, one of his better games we've seen from him in a minute. 34 from Shai Gilgeous, shooting 67% from three. Yeah, really solid from those two. Nice duo there. They were able to get the dub. Moving on into pretty much the main event of the night, we had the Bucks and the Trailblazers, which just concluded a really, really good game. Didn't expect it to be. I kind of went in my room and was like playing 2K and stuff for a while, and then I saw that it was a close game, so I tuned in for like the entire fourth quarter, and it didn't disappoint. It was actually a really good game. I'm telling you, I mean, the Trailblazers are 15 and 33, but they are a tough team to beat in this league. It doesn't matter. But Anthony Simons, clutch shots after clutch shots. That lob from Dame to Giannis late was pretty sick, too. There's a lot of playoff energy here. You know, Damian Lillard is in his former building, and it's super clutch down the stretch, and you're looking, and, you know, I think the Bucks were down by 2 or 1 or something like that with, like, 16 minutes left, or seconds left, sorry. Obviously, Doc Rivers' play call was not great. I don't know why they were planning on doing that handoff shot literally 15 seconds left in the game, and obviously a lot of people have some shit to say about Doc Rivers as a coach, but yeah, that dunk by Dame, oh my god, like, the snapshot, okay, I'm looking at ESPN, obviously, the snapshot, do you see how far from the hoop this dude is when he took off? That's insane. We're talking about a guy that's what? He's 6'2", 33 years old and he's 6'2", and he's young. Like, that's insane. It's like, I don't know. Obviously, the return to Portland was met with a lot of ovations. Damian meant a lot to their organization for the last decade or so. And yeah, obviously Giannis not making free throws. That's nothing new. Yeah, super good games. Blah blah blah, all that stuff. Moving on, Giannis, 27 points. I don't think the Bucks played terrible. 21 points for Chris Middleton, shooting 60% from three. You get 25 from Damian Lillard in his return. Malik Beasley didn't play great. I don't know. He didn't shoot well from the three. It was a super uncharacteristic night from him, shooting wise. Trailblazers, dominating, man. 20 and 11. You get 24 out of Anthony Simons. Those two really led the way. I don't really have much time. I'm going to go. Celtics play the Lakers tomorrow. I think that's pretty exciting. Hopefully Anthony Davis returns for my fantasy team. Pacers and Knicks should be a really good game as well. I'm super excited for that. I will probably try to watch it on Stream East or something. But yeah, we'll see. Have a good rest of your day. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that stuff.